With a whole host of new games being released on Nintendo Switch every month, it's often hard to keep track of which ones you should be playing. But Switch Player is here to bring you the best new releases from January 2020 you might have missed.
When it comes to January, playing a game that revolves around going to work every day may be one of the last things on your agenda. So it's fair that you may have given Mosaic from Krillbyte Studio a hard pass. But lovers of narrative adventures should take another look. Players take on the role of an unnamed office worker living in a society in which the advance of technology has seemingly served to sever connections rather than build them. But rather than a commentary on alienation, we soon realize that this is a game about something much more sinister: the danger of surrendering the self. Every aspect of Mosaic is designed to reinforce this bleak, conformist existence, and the game's visual storytelling is especially outstanding, as the low polygon art style reduces the environment and characters to their bare minimum, echoing the narrative itself. Currently, a few performance issues plague this title, but if you can get past these glitches, you'll be rewarded by powerful storytelling, memorable environments, and a reminder of the importance of questioning the status quo.
If you've seen all the Wild Hunt has to offer and are still yearning to return to the world of The Witcher, it's time to toss some more coin to CD Projekt Red because they've just released Thronebreaker, an isometric RPG featuring card-based battles and narrative-driven exploration that whisks you away to previously unseen corners of the continent in a beautifully realised cel-shaded art style. Reinventing Gwent, the in-fiction collectible card game, the mechanics in Thronebreaker are easy to pick up and a thrill to master. Facing an opponent, you lay down cards from your deck to add to your roster and rack up the highest power total. But the challenge lies in thinking strategically and changing tactics to best your enemy, with special cards dramatically altering the outcome on the battlefield. The beauty with this system is that it's versatile and deep enough to allow players to engage with it as much or as little as they like, from tinkering with your deck to adding and creating new cards to even skipping battles entirely in easy mode. All in all, this is an excellent expansion to the Witcher lore, and a fun side quest from the core games that's well worth a look for any fans of the series.
Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph for ages!
Are you looking for something wacky and off the wall? Something that you probably haven't heard of before? Well, look no further than the affable simulation title, Speaking Simulator. Developer Affable Games has you attempting to infiltrate the human world as an inconspicuous android. All you have to do is make sure your mouth works correctly. While controlling the various aspects of your face and speech, you will have to keep a cool head and do your best to stay undiscovered. As a purely enjoyable experience all around, Speaking Simulator joins the ranks of Goat Simulator and I Am Bread as insane simulations out of this world.
Hello.
Stories Untold is an anthology consisting of 4 interconnected stories steeped in 80s nostalgia that sees you interact with a number of electronic devices to play text-based adventures, decipher radio signals, and conduct experiments on strange artifacts. Each chapter has its own unique puzzle mechanics and skillfully builds an eerie sense of dread. But the standout is the first installment, House Abandon, where the adventure game you're playing on a Spectrum ZX begins to mirror events in your own world. Although the interactive horror adventure only lasts for around 3 hours, the unsettling conclusion will certainly stay with you long after you've completed it.
Aviary Attorney Definitive Edition is a title you won't want to miss out on if you are a fan of point-and-click detective-style games in the same vein as the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney series. You will follow intrepid attorney-for-hire J.J. Falcon, along with his feathered cohort Sparrowson, on this tale of murder and intrigue. Featuring artwork from a 19th century caricaturist named J.J. Granville, as well as a classical period soundtrack, the setup to this revolutionary Paris is exemplary. With an all-animal humanoid cast and a comedic script, this is the perfect afternoon adventure for the weekend.
Dreams and Memories provide a rich playground for video games to craft compelling narratives and interesting gameplay. And To the Moon does this expertly with an adventure that's both charming and moving, delving into themes of loss, love, and regret. The game has you play as two doctors, traversing backward through a dying man's memories to artificially fulfill his last wish, to travel to the moon. Except he can't remember why he wanted to go there, leading you to search for clues throughout his life to discover the genesis of this obsession. Veering closer to an interactive story rather than a fully fledged game, the player solves simple puzzles to slowly piece together the events of the patient's tragic life, reliving these moments in reverse. It may not sound like an exciting prospect, but as you delve deeper into his past, you'll find yourself hooked on uncovering the central mystery, and come the emotional conclusion, you'll be glad you experienced this little gem.
From the highly praised Crypt of the Necrodancer to perennial favourite Just Dance, the Nintendo Switch boasts a healthy array of rhythm-based games. So what exactly makes 140, a rhythm-based platformer created by Limbo's lead game developer, so special? Well, the magic of this title lies in the game's purity. During 140, players control a geometric shape as it travels through shifting two-dimensional levels, each culminating in a boss fight that ranges from the traditional shoot-to-kill variety to those that require a little more thought processing. And being a rhythmic experience, this gameplay is of course synced to a wonderful soundtrack. All this may sound a little familiar, but only once you play 140 can you truly appreciate the purity of this experience. From each level's restrained color use to the lack of UI and tutorials, 140 is simply a masterclass in rhythm-based platform design. It's a game that will surely excite gamers, graphic designers, composers, and game developers alike, and one that will add some welcome color to your life during these dark winter nights.
Serialized point-and-click adventure Kentucky Route Zero has been dropping episodes onto Steam every couple of years since 2013. But now the complete story has come to Nintendo Switch for the very first time, with the TV edition packing in all 5 acts and their interludes. As Conway, a delivery driver, you stumble upon a secret highway running underneath Kentucky that's teeming with strange inhabitants. Similar to Oxenfree, there's not much in the way of challenges or obstacles to overcome, merely a captivating narrative that slowly unfolds with each new encounter shedding more light on the mysterious passage. To go into any more detail would ruin the surprises that await you, so definitely don't give this engrossing game a miss because it's sure to be unlike anything you've ever experienced before.
The Kingdom of Cubold isn't ready for this arisen hero. Skippy is a cute, papercraft-style skeleton who is the protagonist for the action RPG title Skellboy. Swapping out body parts in order to gain new, special abilities is unique and enjoyable, and whether you are clearing dungeons or fighting through forests, you will be looking at having a great time. As one of the truly bright spots in the indie world, this is a title that you won't want to miss if you are someone who stays up to date on the best up-and-coming indies. Mixing visuals that are Paper Mario-esque with that indie spirit brings together an exciting end to January.
And that rounds out our list of the top games from January you might have missed. What have you been playing recently? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for a new video every week.